Hello YouTube and welcome to another video. Fun fact of the day. Every genius that exists in the world has a fool to balance things out. For every Beckenbauer, there's a Titus Bramble. For every Abraham Lincoln, there's a Donald Trump. Likewise, for every criminal mastermind basking in the glory of his ill-gotten gains, there's a simpleton withering away in a cell somewhere because he is so stupid that he sent a fax with a stamp on it. My dear friends, for your entertainment and amusement, I'm going to present you with the top 10 dumbest criminals that have ever existed in human history. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to my channel below and give this video a big thumbs up. Number 10. In 1995, a man by the name of Klaus Schmidt tried to rob a bank in Berlin. He entered the bank with a cool swagger, holding a mean-looking gun in his hand. So far, so good, right? As he demanded for money at the counter, one of the bank tellers asked, "Do you need a bag to put the money in, sir?" To which he replied in a loud voice, "You're damn right, this is a real gun." Realizing that the robber is deaf, the bank teller decided to take action and sound the alarm. Klaus Schmidt, completely oblivious to the blaring alarm sounds, was caught red-handed as the police stormed in the bank 5 minutes later. As if things aren't bizarre enough, this genius robber later decided to sue the bank for taking advantage of his disability. Number 9. Rule 1 when committing a crime: prepare a reliable vehicle to make your awesome getaway. What vehicle would that be? A Lamborghini? No, too flashy. A badass superbike? No, too sissy. A real criminal would use a donkey. Yeah, you heard that right, a donkey. A gang of thieves from Colombia decided to rob a convenience store when they realized they needed a getaway vehicle. So they abducted Zabi, a 10-year-old donkey, from its owner. The actual heist went pretty well. Stealing food and rum, they loaded their goods onto the donkey and prepared to make their great escape. But Zabi decided not to cooperate. Up until this moment, the police were not even aware that a crime is taking place. But Zabi started to make so much noise that he attracted the attention of some officers nearby. Needless to say, the heist ended in total failure. Number 8. In 2010, a house in San Bernardino was broken into by a burglar in the middle of the night. Now, what's funny about this burglary is the sheer absurdity by which the burglar was caught. The owners discovered the burglar's presence when the husband told his wife a funny joke in bed and subsequently heard a loud laugh come from downstairs. They called the police immediately and the man was arrested. Well, at least he had a good laugh before going to prison. Number 7. Amateur criminal and professional dimwit Christopher Kron is probably one of the worst criminals the world has ever seen. Attempting to rob a restaurant after closing one night, he tripped the alarm the moment he broke in. Despite triggering the alarm, which is not silent, he failed to flee and even answered the phone when ADT called the restaurant after being notified of the alarm. To make things worse, he gave ADT his real name to sweeten the deal. When he finally got the bright idea to leave, all he took was a bottle of Grand Marnier and a beer. Despite his terrible attempt, he actually got away with the crime. However, he was brainless enough to return to the restaurant the next day and was recognized by an employee who had seen the surveillance video. Kron was arrested on the spot. Number 6. A 56-year-old woman was arrested for drunk driving in Sweden. When asked to defend her case in court, she stupidly argued that alcohol did not affect her driving because she kept one eye closed to avoid seeing double. She was sentenced to 2 months in prison. Number 5. A 33-year-old man named Andrew Libby was arrested for impersonating a cop and demanded copies of pornographic movies from an adult video store. Claiming to be a age verification detective, Libby told the store's employees that he needed to make sure the porn stars were above the age of 18. Needless to say, nobody bought his story, and he was subsequently arrested. Porn inspector, nice try. Number 4. A policeman's job is to serve and protect. Eloy Reeve, a 50-year-old woman, took this to heart when she approached a policeman and asked him to help her get her money back from the poor quality of crack cocaine she had just purchased. She showed him the crack, complaining and asking for justice. Needless to say, the policeman placed her under arrest immediately. And yes, the crack salesman got away scot-free. Number 3. A bumbling robber decided to rob the Halifax Bank in London. Entering the bank with a gun in one hand and a bag in the other, he demanded that the cashier give him £700,000 in cash. Next, he planned to hand over the bag to the teller so he could fill it with money. Instead, he got a little mixed up and handed over his gun instead. An awkward pause followed as it took the robber several seconds to realize his mistake. The bank teller too was understandably confused. When the robber tried to grab his gun back, the bank teller had the presence of mind to back off and point the gun at him. At a loss for what to do, the robber made a run for it and managed to pedal off in the bank employee's bicycle. Number 2. In 2009, a pair of robbers named Joey Miller, age 19, and Matthew McNeely, age 23, came up with an ingenious plan to keep them disguised. Don't take the word ingenious too literally. When these two jokers decided to break into an apartment, instead of using traditional disguises like a mask, they decided to draw on their faces with permanent markers. As we all know, permanent markers are not exactly easy to erase, and when these two clowns were pulled over by the police later on, they were easily recognizable. Number 1. Speaking about terrible disguises, this one has to take the cake. Dennis Hawkins, a 48-year-old man from Pittsburgh, chose possibly the worst disguise ever when deciding to rob a bank. His disguise consisted of a woman's blonde wig, a pair of fake breasts, and clown pants. You might think that Mr. Hawkins wanted to fool people into thinking he was a woman. However, he forgot to shave his mustache and goatee. Right after the police released the description to the public, a gas station attendant called to report someone sporting that unique look while trying to steal a car. And as if he wasn't noticeable enough, when the police arrived, they found Hawkins covered in red paint from a dye pack exploding in his face. So that's the end of our top 10 list of dumbest criminals. Have you heard of any other stupid criminal stories? Share it with us in the comments section below. That's all the time we have for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.